Well, hello, friends. This is Bob Ferguson, and today I'm here with my wonderful friend, Mendy McAdams, the brilliant executive director of the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce. And Mendy and I have known each other for quite a few years. She did a better than fantastic job at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center as their development director, really set that incredibly important institution absolutely in a beautiful path. And now she is the head of our chamber. And so, as such, Mendy and I work very closely together. And one of the things that I suggested to her is I said, Mendy, I've gotten involved in positive intelligence to the point where I'm actually even coaching people through. Would you like to try that? And she goes, I think I would. And so she has had some really remarkable experiences. So I thought I'd just bring her on and have her tell you why she thinks it's valuable for her personally and what value she sees for institutions, whether it's a for-profit business or a nonprofit or governmental unit. How can people benefit? So Mendy, thank you so much for favoring me with your presence here today.
Well, thank you for having me, friend. And anything Bob Ferguson suggests, you should always say yes. At first, I was a little hesitant because I, of course, don't always get what other people get out of training. I think my brain just works a little differently. I am amazed by how the voices in my head affected how I looked at literally everything, from overreacting to being so down on myself to being very regimented. A really great example is I am obsessed with my floors being clean in my house to the point that I will clean them every single day. I don't know why. As I've gone through this journey, I've realized what happens if I skip a day? Do the floors catch on fire? No. So that's just one example. And I think that it helps you think about what you're doing and putting it in a perspective. The other one that really strikes me, it's actually on our whiteboard here in our office. And it's kind of a mantra for our office because when you are the leader of the office, other people tend to start taking on your personalities and some of your tendencies. So my stickler and my obsessive compulsive kind of starts to get really jacked up right before an event. So there's the 80% bucket and the 20% bucket. 80% of the time, good enough is good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't kill yourself for that last little bit if nobody else even is going to notice it. And then even in that 20% bucket that really needs to be perfect, you're still going to get surprises and it's still going to be okay and nobody's going to die. I'm not saving lives here. I'm just getting people to like Fairfield.
So beautiful. So why would you suggest anyone to do it, both personally and also professionally? What's the value?
The value is being able to stay on task better, to get back to task better. If you work in a busy office where you get derailed by somebody coming in the door, the phone constantly ringing, an assistant coming in, it helps you to refocus faster and get back to task faster. And it helps you deal with people better. I see everybody as a 3-year-old now because I can't be mad or mean to a 3-year-old. Everybody is 3 in my world. I like they morph as soon as you come into my office, just so you're aware, you morph into a 3-year-old in my picture of you while I'm talking to you. That in itself has been huge for me.
In what way?
It's all in the learning process. So I just assume that everybody is in a different learning process. My master's is in special education. So it really clicked. It just hit my special ed brain and I went, oh my gosh, why am I so critical of people? I'm mostly critical of myself, but I'm also critical of others. My poor husband, I don't know how the man has put up with me for 20 years, but he's much happier now.
So the program involves reducing your deficits, but it also involves actually amplifying the qualities of our mind, which we call sage.
And getting back to that original sage, right? That childhood picture, it's still on my desk. It's still in my bathroom because you have to remember that innocence and that playfulness. Whatever happened to you in childhood, which I had a really dreadful childhood, but now I'm able to look at that and say, whatever happened, I'm still that original person. I still have that original playfulness and lovability and curiosity and cuteness.
So I think some business people are going to hear this and say, well, that's a bunch of soft stuff. My experience is that there's nothing harder than the soft stuff. What's the practical value of this in terms of hard-nosed business result? Why does this make any difference?
The soft skills are the most important. That's your people. If you don't have your people, your job's not getting done. If you can't encourage them to build on their inner strengths, you're going to see them blossom and flourish and maybe come out in ways that you didn't even know they had because they didn't know it was there. They'd forgotten about it or hid it in the back of their closet. So developing your people and your own ability to deal with your people will make you a much stronger leader and will make your organization much stronger.
Beautiful. That is a fabulous point to finish on. Mendy, thank you very much for
Thank
being
you.
with me today.
It was good to see you, Bob.